he walked the land. And he told me, if my boot sinks into the ground and I'm all dirty, I know I can grow this plant because it's humid. When it's dry and you just walk on, I can grow this plant and all that. And he looked at whether it was flat, going down, and so on. So he walked every piece of land. But he said something to me. He said, Ollie, you do not have to understand essential oils. The body will know what to do with it. Now, I'm a doctor. I'm traditionally trained. When you say stuff like that to me, right? I mean, we're not wired to get that stuff, right? We just don't understand. And it took me, over a year, I said, Gary, you cannot say that. Because, how would that work? He said, the day will come, you will understand. Okay? So I will leave you with that thought, because in about 42 minutes, we come back to this. But we're talking about CBD. What is CBD? Oh, it's the buzzword. CBD here, CBD there, CBD that, CBD this, okay? What is it? It's an abbreviation for word. I will name it too. It's called cannabidiol. And I will tell you all about it. Where does it come from? How do you produce it? So you can do it in your kitchen and all that stuff now. No, don't do that. But it is not to be confused with marijuana. That is an artificial thing that has been created a little more than 100 years ago. But what it is, it comes from the same plant. You take CBD, CBD, you're not going to get cuckoo. If you're already cuckoo, right? Because we're in the living world and all that, so you don't have to get more cuckoo. No, this is nothing that goes in your brain and makes you crazy, right? It has many uses in humans, in animals, and I will tell you, is it a miracle or not? Well, we'll figure it out. Good. Probably you have never seen a hemp field. This is a hemp field. It's wonderful. Look how tall and big and all that is. So this is where that stuff comes from. And when you look at the family of plants, it's called cannabis. Now again, make no mistake, over 100 years ago, a few stupid people came together and they decided that anything that is called cannabis, which is the name of a plant, now is marijuana. It's not true. Don't believe it. They're long dead anyway. Right? Cannabis is the plant. And this is why I typically capitalize it and I have italic. It is a name of the plant. And the plant has many different little species. So we have a sativa, an indica, ruderalis, and then the police arrested a huge load of marijuana and they analyzed it in the genetic lab and they found there might be some other families, like one they will probably call Rasta. There's another one they talk about right now that comes from Afghanistan. They're not quite sure what to do with that. But I just want you to understand that the word cannabis is not marijuana, although we use it that way today. Okay? Cannabis is just the name of the plant. But for my purpose now, and to explain to you, I will just say hemp, which is also cannabis, CBD. I will say, like everybody else, cannabis, the wrong way is marijuana. Okay? Just the wrong way to say it. Good. What's the history of it? It comes somewhere from the Chinese and Middle East area. And the first traces, like 10,000 years ago, we have all drawings, we have Chinese books with herbs. It's all in there. I'm not sure whether it was in there as hemp or as cannabis. I don't know. I wasn't there, 10,000 years ago. I don't know what they did with these plants. But then it came into Europe in the Middle Ages, and from there it went to South America, Americas, and all that. But that's how it kind of went around the world. So, what's the history with the US? So we are really strong in the history. I'm looking at this slide, but we have two different slides here, so I think we're right here. Yeah. Look, our forefathers, they were all growing that stuff. Right? Maybe this is why we have some awesome constitution. Maybe they had the wrong stuff when they wrote it, but no, they did hemp and CBD. CBD. They just didn't know they do CBD. And why did they do hemp? Because it was part of the industry. Why do you think we had sailboats and we had a navy? Because all the ropes, all the sails, canvas, a canvas where you paint on, a huge canvas is a sail. Where's that word coming from? Canvas, cannabis. Okay, that's how they made sails. By the way, a sail of a ship made from hemp is about 20 times sturdier in the salt water than a regular, sail that they used to do. So it's just all good stuff. We even had a $10 bill with everything about hemp on it. And this was all legal. I mean, the whole world functioned on that industry, right? And then, of course, the Americans were very inventive. They invented machines on wood, how to create this. Yeah, even like over 100 years ago, the marijuana logo. No, it was not about marijuana. It was just about the products they sold done from hemp. Now, some people were kind of smart. They figured out early on how can you make little tweakies so people get cuckoo. And then they started putting opium into the bottle. And so suddenly we had a bunch of products. So I do agree that at that time when kind of the government came into the game, they said, well, we need to regulate maybe a little bit because we had a few people going down the street like they run, right? We didn't know what they take. There was just no control. But what happened then is that a few people came together. I mean, imagine the early days of pharmaceutical industry, and they were putting a lot of money to create drugs, and here's something growing on the field. You can almost not stop growing it, and it produces healthy stuff. They were not happy with that. There was a very rich guy. He was growing trees to make paper. He was the newspaper magnate, the big guy in the US. They didn't want hemp to grow and make paper. He wanted to have his trees. He paid a lot of money to get to his land. And then we had a guy in the bureaucracy of the government. He said, I want to be a little bit more important. I want to go up the ladder. So what can I do? Well, I'm going to create some schedules and some poisonous stuff that you're not allowed to take. And they got together with some politicians, and unfortunately those politicians were racist at the time. They wanted a white America. And so at that time, there was a Mexican War, Revolutionary War, and a lot of Mexicans came over the border. And they were using marijuana at the time. Not to be always high, but they were just using it in their false medicine and all that. And so these guys got together and said, oh my God, it's killing our population. And they, for 10, 15, 20 years, they were putting this out. We didn't have TV then, but newspaper. Now look at that. Beware, there's strangers, they will use strange stuff. And then they said, don't go, there are wild orgies, wild parties, unleashed passions. Well, if I read that, I'll go. I don't know about you. Anyway, that's substance abuse, and if you do this enough with the media, how the media works, you start believing it. And so the next thing you know is that, again, the guy who's the bureaucracy, he said, well, then let's make a tax and let's start regulating. And so they created the tax first. And then they said, okay, a few years later in the 70s, they created what we call schedules. So Schedule 1, still today, is something that has zero medical benefits and makes you completely dependent, abuse. Right? So it's heroin, it's this and that. And I said, let's put cannabis in there. Now, cannabis being hemp and CBD, they didn't distribute. So here goes something that has thousands of years of importance for health, for economy, for ships, for whatever. Now suddenly it is a bad thing that has no advantages and makes you all cuckoo. And it's in Schedule 1. The AMA, American Medical Association, at that time said, no! We know it's already healing seizures and stuff like that. Shush, shush, be quiet. Right? And now in their pocket, they're all in the same place, right? So this is a sad part of American history because we missed out about 100 years on health and wealth and just good stuff. So let's fast forward to last summer. What happened last summer? Well, last summer, suddenly, a company from Europe said, this hemp stuff is pretty cool, and we know that 40 years ago, some kids and adults didn't have seizures when we gave them that stuff. So let's purify it. So let's take plant material, not synthetic, and let's do a study the way it's supposed to be done these days. And they submitted it to the FDA and the Europeans, and the FDA said, okay, it works. Oh my God, it's in Schedule 1, no medical benefits whatsoever. We need to do something. Bang, it goes down to Schedule 5. Yeah, it has medical benefits, maybe it's not making you crazy. And so 100 years are just erased with like two little trials. But luckily, our president, 6 months later, with the Democrats and the Republicans working together, hallelujah, right? And they said, please sign this bill. We want this hemp to be out there for many reasons. You know, paper, toilet paper, building materials, cars, biofuel, whatever. And it may have even some good effects with seizures and whatever. So he signs it, and bang, it comes up the schedule. So now you have 100 years. It's absolutely disastrous when you take it because it's abused, no benefits whatsoever. Now you can just take it. What happened in the meantime? Well, we have about 50 states. And every state is kind of scratching their head for the last 10 years, and they make their own laws. So now it's legal on the federal level, but each state is still, kind of struggling on what to do. So still today, you have 3 states where you go to jail for having a healthy product. Now I'm going to tell you even more. Every one of you, whether you have it in your pocket or not, should go to jail. The moment you pass the airport, I will tell you why. Okay? But let's go back to the plant, right? So now you see it looks different. It's the same plant. One looks like big and nice. The other one looks like something you have seen on TV. Weed, marijuana, pot. I'll explain to you all that in the book, what it is and why this called this way. What's the difference? Well, so I read a book, and to make things a little more simple, I make cartoons. I like to make cartoons every once in a while. And my daughter told me what I need to do. So, look, this is a male plant and a female plant. Hemp. The male plant has little pollen sacs, right? That's what we have here. The female has some ovaries, what you have here, and here, and here, and here, wherever. You have much more stuff than here. So the guys have pollen, and they release pollen in here. And the female, the same part that is pollen with the man, the female plant gets a little stick on it, and has a little glue on it. So when the pollen flies around, it sticks to the glue. The female gets fertilized. It's like with humans and with animals. What do you do when you're pregnant? Oh, you're so proud. Of course, you vomit and all that stuff. Talking about that. But you're so proud because you have a baby. And what do? Hopefully, you put all your energy in growing your baby. And what is your baby when it comes to hemp? It's a hemp seed, a seedling, right? So the plant does nothing else than to grow these little babies. And by the way, I'm not eating all the babies, but these babies I do eat. They're just nutritious, they're just super to eat, to drink, whatever. So you eat hemp babies, right? Be nasty, eat them, right? So why is that? Because when you're a farmer, and you go out on a hemp field, and you start putting out these little seeds, 50% of them are male, roughly, and 50% are female. It's not like I'm living with 99% is women, the rest and a few guys, right? So you do 50-50. So you have male, you have female, you pollinate, and what you produce is seedlings. It's little babies. And so the female needs very little glue to attract those pollen. And the glue is resin. And so that glue is somewhat rich in CBD, because that's the glue, and that's it. So now you want to be very nasty, right, with the women. And you say, okay, we're going to take away all the guys. So you go to the field and you rip out. After a few months you can tell whether it's a guy or a lady. You rip out all the guys. Sorry guys, that's what they do to us anyway, right? So they come and they rip us out. And now we have a field with just ladies. But they still want babies. But there's no pollen to fly around. So what do? Well, they start producing more and more and more of that glue to think if there's one pollen, I'll get it with all my glue. And that glue is resin, and that resin is now THC rich, marijuana rich. And that's how marijuana growers take the exact same plant like the hemp grower. He just removes all the male, and this female gets frustrated and produces that kind of cuckoo stuff called marijuana. This is how it's done. Of course, they then use lights and other stuff to do this, okay? And so this is me here holding the hemp plant, right? I have a nice t-shirt on. Good. Well, look, there's many parts to the hemp plant. There's a root, there's a stalk, there's a flower, there's the leaves that you know is kind of logo for marijuana, but it's a hemp seed also, right? And then all the way you have these flowers, and so you have to see a picture on the flower there on both sides, and you see a little white color. That's where the resin and also other terpenes are being created. And it's not just cannabis plant that does that. Almost every plant where we get an essential oil from, they have these little places where they produce that stuff. Okay? So here we call them sugar leaves because they look a little white. And you see they have little white little things on top. And as we go along and they mature, you see those light little strings become orange. That's an indicator for those who grow these plants that it's kind of mature to get harvested, right? And you see, like, when you see these little white mushrooms, that's where the resin is created, whether it's THC or CBD or whatever. There's so much more produced. You think it's just about CBD and THC, just so wrong, okay? So, and hemp is so eco-friendly, right? Because we have a 5x5 pledge, right? So just look at paper, toilet paper, paper to write on, napkins, whatever. It takes about 24 years to grow a tree. It takes 4 months to grow hemp, right? Hemp is yielding 4 times more paper than trees. So in other words, hemp paper is 240 times more economic, eco-friendly than paper from trees. Right? So just one thing, hemp almost uses no water to grow. Great for states like Utah, Colorado. I mean, they have a lot of snow and stuff like that, but they grow in water, just believe me, right? And then the other thing is you can grow hemp without chemicals because hemp just grows. It just goes. You don't need to put something there, but people do. Why? Because it's so much the hip word right now. Everybody wants to create as much as possible. So if they can get 5 or 10% more, they will put all the poisons in the ground that they can. Now the problem with that is, one, we're just polluting the earth. It goes in the river. It makes all fish and frogs and us female instead of male. I will do another lecture on that one day again. But frogs walk around with testicles with eggs in it instead of semen, stuff like that. I mean, it's just bad. We disturb all our hormones doing that. But, when it comes to these plants, hemp is fantastic. It pulls it out of the ground. So if you would want to buy a piece of land that has been fertilized and toxified and whatever for dozens of years, you just grow hemp for, 5-10 years. It just pulls it out of the ground, and it's called a bioaccumulator. But what does that mean for you? If you take CBD or THC for that purpose from any plant where you have no clue where it's coming from, I guarantee you, all that poison from the ground is in your product, right? Because it just pulls it out. Okay, so what else can we do with hemp? Look, hemp is cars are made out of hemp. Construction, houses, food, beer, milk, bedding, because it absorbs very well, shoes, t-shirts. I hope in a few years all our gear will be hemp derived. It's economically friendly. You don't need bleaching agents because it's naturally white already. You don't need any antibiotics on the fields because it already has the power, like many oils, that we harvest many plants that defend themselves naturally, right? Go back in history. This is the way our history has been built up. Okay, just before, because a few idiots 100 years ago came together, we now have all this trouble. Okay? Well, go back in American history. Henry Ford, he built cars. In the early 1900s, he was already running on hemp biofuel. He already did hemp fiberglass, and in fact, in 1941, he put out a car that was basically made out of hemp, with exception of the metal and motor parts, right, the engine parts. But there's a little movie, you should go on YouTube, where they take an axe and they hack on that car, and not one single dent. Because hemp fiberglass is 10 times stronger than steel. So I mean, just as an example. So let's go back to these two plants, right? We have CBD on one side, we have THC on the other side. Now you understand, and you can go back into your kitchen and start growing either your hemp, or if you want to get cuckoo, you can grow the other stuff. You now know how to do it. Okay? Good. Two different things. You see, the formula is somewhat similar. Okay? But it's completely different. Alright, so this is the summary of the first part, is if you put male and female together, like the farmer does, you get little babies, we call hemp seeds, and you know, most plants are cannabis sativa and ruderalis, again, these subfamilies that we use, and CBD rich, in the plant language, means about 1 or 2% CBD. THC low means below 0.3%, that's the legal limit. Now you do the frustration with the ladies, where you take all the guys away, you get a lot of resin, a lot of oil. It's any plant from cannabis can do that, and at the end of the day, you get something like 30-40%, if you're lucky, THC, and just like maybe 1% CBD. This is how it's done. That's the whole secret. All right, now let's go into the science. So this is the first part. Also, this is my book. If you want to learn more, we're between the Club Red and the Nature Ultra Boot. And all of that is explained so you can learn a little bit more, because it's important. Because we use CBD, and I will explain you how we use it and what we use it. You have something in your system that is called the endocannabinoid system. Why is it called that way? Because in the 20s, 30s, they found, they were fascinated with people getting cuckoo. So they were looking at, what is it? They found THC, and then in the 40s they found CBD, but they have no clue what it does in your body. And then in the 1990s they found some receptors. And they said, CBD goes there, THC, this is cannabis, so we're going to call them cannabinoid receptors. And then a few years later, they found some more, and then they said, we're going to call one, we're going to call cannabinoid 1 receptors. The other we're going to call cannabinoid 2 receptors. One is probably for CBD, the other is probably for THC. It's just the other way around, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's, and so for about 15 years, this is how the science solved. It was so simple, and because it was all one little system, we said at the time, okay, we'll call this the endocannabinoid system, because endo means inside. So obviously our body does something inside with that stuff, so this is it. Well, how little did they know. So there's so many pieces to that thing, right? So I showed you the pieces. You have a key, that's what we call a ligand, that goes in the door. Either you open the door, or at night you just lock the door and it doesn't open anymore, right? So that's what you can do with CBD, with THC, with many other things. So you have the padlock, that's the receptor, right? The little keyhole. Then you have a crane. Yes, we found out a few years ago we have enzymes that either build stuff up or break it down. So the stuff that builds it up are the cranes, the stuff that builds it down is the hemp, right? So, and then the last little piece, we need to transport that around, so we have little boats. Hey, now you're a scientist. 1A, I'll give you a thing. You know everything about the system, right? So where are these substances coming from? Well, most come from the plants. We call plant phytos. So these are phytocannabinoids, right? But now I told you, every one of you should get arrested at the airport. Why? Because you're producing those things in your own body. Every one of you is producing endocannabinoids. You're producing almost the same thing like the plant. It looks a little different, but it does almost the same job. So this is why I'm thinking, this world is just crazy, because nobody should be able to travel anymore. I think every house should be a jail by now, right? Because we have this inside. Okay, and then the third thing is you can create this chemically. And don't ever touch that stuff, and unfortunately it's in many of the products you buy. Good. Let's go to the stuff that comes from the plant, right? So you think it's just CBD and THC? You're so wrong. There's, at the last count, about 187 of those, right? You just don't talk about them because they're not in your newspaper, but they're here. They're all keys, they all do something. So it's a little bit more complicated than just CBD and THC, right? Then you have those in your body, and we know right now there's about 6 to 8 of those, and I'm just going to give you 2 names. One is anandamide. But just learn that word, because you're going to hear that a lot in the next 5 to 10 years. That's your CBD that you produce in your body. different chemical structure, but this is what you produce. You also produce something called 2AG. This is the stuff that every one of us is producing inside. So there was maybe a bigger plan for us to interact with plants and with ourselves, right? They have a function in our body. Good? So again, they do things, either they lock the door or they open the door, right? If it opens the door, we call this an agonist. If it closes the door, we call this an antagonist. It's just science stuff. Good. And then we have this crap. We know there's like over 2,000 synthetic THC CBDs coming from China right now, mostly from China, from other places of the world. And if somebody tells me I'm healthy and I took CBD and I just felt immediately better, I know somebody put some crap on it, right? Sprayed some stuff on it. Good, it's just not good. So how do these things work? And again, let's do a little cartoon. You see here's the mailman. You see there's a cell membrane. If you put the right thing in the mailbox being receptor, the right thing maybe being CBD, or whatever it is, something may happen or may not happen. If something happens, it's an agonist. If something doesn't happen, it's an antagonist. Right? So something happens inside the cell, a whole domino effect. We call this activation of signaling pathway. Forget about that, it's so complicated. You just need to know if the right thing hits the right mailbox, something probably will happen inside. Right? And here I have a picture of how it really looks like scientifically. CB1 receptor, CB2. This is what we thought. The word's so easy. Okay? Now, let's jump to something else and come back to that. How do our nerves work? Our brain. We have plenty of nerves. They're all connected to each other. Each nerve is connected to about 40,000 other nerves. And so you see there's a yellow point, that's the motherboard, computer, that's where everything happens. You have all these little fingers that receive the information, it comes to the motherboard, and then it goes out a long tail, we call an axon, and then it connects to many others. And where it's connected, we call these terminal buttons. So when they connect it to each other, you think they might be all connected. But as you see, I hold two nerves, and they're not really connected. There's a little gap in between. And so we call this a synapse. And when you look at the other cartoon, this is the incoming nerve, what we call the terminal button. There comes the gap, and then comes the next one. That's called what we call the dendrite. And so you see little bubbles going across. Have you heard about neurotransmitters? Yeah, okay, so a lot of neurotransmitters would do just looking at the word neuro, brain, nerve, transmitting something. So here comes an electrical signal, needs to be transmitted into a chemical signal, goes through that gap, reaches receptors on the other side, and now a new electrical signal is gone, and whoosh, it goes on. Right? It happens about 100,000 times a second, and the speed of that is about 400 miles an hour, and it connects each news to 40,000 others, so that's your way. You just complicate it like crazy. Well, let's look at this cartoon one more time a little bit. So you see the mailbox up there? This is where some of the stuff will work, right? This is the receptors. If it fits, if the letter fits in the mailbox, maybe more neurotransmitters are released, or less, either one of the two. Now, there's something special here. You see on the second part, there's a little manufacturing plant there. This is where you produce your own stuff. The anandamide and the 2AG I told you about. Right? Now, what is the difference between that and everything that helps happens in your body? You have heard about insulin, right? When you release it releases, puts sugar in the cell and that. Well, insulin is produced in the pancreas and goes all over with the blood. This system is everywhere. It's in every nerve, in every organ system. Why? Because it's so important. This is almost the only system we have in our body that is locally produced as needed. If you need it, it produces it. If you don't need it, it doesn't. And now we have little boats because that stuff is fat and the little gap is water, so we need a little boat to bring it back up to the harbor so it can go in the mailbox. Good. So you become a huge scientist here. So this is what we saw, CB1 and CB2. The cuckoo stuff, THC, goes to CB1. You see a lot of green color in the brain. Of course, THC, marijuana, goes to the brain. This is why you got like all tanked out. Right? CB2 is where CBD goes, that's what we thought, and it's like mostly the immune system in the gut and all that, and that's where it regulates stuff. And the world was in order. It was called the endophenebrid system. Oh my God, today we know we have CB1, CB2, CB3, CB4, CB5, and we have plenty, just happen there on the table, and many, many more. You don't need to read those names because it's very complicated, but we have plenty of receptors all over our body that are now part of this so-called endocannabinoid system that have nothing to do with cannabis. This is how wrong we were, and now we're using a name, we're stuck with it probably for the next 5,000 years, okay? This is just called. And we thought it was just about CB1 and CB2, CB1 in the brain mostly, but everywhere else, CB2 in the gut and the immune cells, but everywhere else. But now we see we have receptors all over the body. And they all react with plants, and they all react with that. So now here we have the enzymes. The enzymes either build something up, so we have a construction crew, or they break something down, so we have a demolition crew. Now I'm going to give you a little secret about CBD, because most people still think CBD goes to CB2 receptors in the gut and the immune cells. But guess what? CBD mostly inhibits the demolition crew for your own endocannabinoid called an anandamide. And that's how it works mostly. And so now you have more of your own, and now that will work in your body. Okay? It's more complicated than that, but I just want to leave you with the thought that it's a little bit more complicated than we thought. Okay? And here we have the Q transporters to bring in through the water from one place to the other. So now you understand the whole system in our body. We have keys that open a lock. That could be either THC, CBD, anandamide, 2-AG, and another few thousand substances. We have the mailboxes, the receptors, and then we have the enzyme construction breakdown, and we have the transporters. That's the whole system. Good. This is all created for something we call homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Is exactly the guy. It's the balance of your body, wellness and health. And this is why CBD goes so extremely well with young living, because we're all about wellness, balance, beauty, fitness, longevity, and all these things. And this system is so important that I told you, it's everywhere. It's in your skin, it's in your brain, it's in your immune cells, it's in your gut, it's in your bone, it's in your eye, it's everywhere. And it's produced wherever you have trouble. Now, some people have also trouble to understand. Let's say the immune system. You have a bad immune system because you took bad drugs, or you're just like, it's the winter, the flu comes around. So what will this system do? It's homeostasis. CBD helps homeostasis. So what will it do? It will increase. So you're balanced. But now you have an autoimmune disease, and your autoimmune system is completely overdrive. So what will CBD do, and all these little local factories with anandamide and 2-AG? It will bring it down. And so this is where people have trouble. How can the same thing either bring it up or bring it down? Well, here it is. It's called homeostasis. Your body is created in a miraculous way to figure out what your needs are at any given second of your body. And because this stuff is happening in every single organ system, it's doing its trick in every single organ system. It brings you back to balance. And so when you're reading one paper or one book, it brings it up, and then you read the next book, it brings it down and says, which one is right? Well, that was right. Because this is the wonder of CBD. We have been created to work with that stuff. Okay? So this is why you're going to see the wellness benefits of CBD to be basically on everything within your body. I mean, I can just name your brain, your eyes, the heart, your intestines, your gut, your bones, your immune system, and so much more. Whatever is in your body will be influenced with CBD. Oh, are you going to feel it right away? Well, look, if you're healthy and you're balanced, you take CBD, you don't feel it because you're balanced.
Oh.
If you're sick, maybe you'll feel it. If you feel something right away, I can tell you, somebody put something spray on there that is synthetic. Because that synthetic poison binds 800 times stronger to those receptors. And it just never do this. A lot of the vapes that you smoke, whether it's CBD or marijuana, has that stuff in there. Just be really careful. Now, is it dangerous? Is CBD dangerous? Well, so we looked at, this was a study that looked at many, many studies done over the last 20 years. And they concluded it's way safer than anything that we humans invented and given you as prescription. And it's just so, again, don't worry, I'm taking CBD for over 11 years. I shouldn't say that because it was illegal at the time, so if somebody's here, right, so somebody's ready with handcuffs. Yeah, I did all kind of tricks to get it into the US because we couldn't get it in the US, but CBD, I'm not talking about the other crap. I hate it personally. I love it, I hate it. So, it's safe, it has a better safety profile, whatever. Is it dangerous? No, but it interacts with about 60 to 80% of your medication. Now, you're Americans, most of you, the typical American has at least 5 drugs, prescription drugs. So that means you're going to have to go to Google or to your physician who has no clue about that problem. And you need to figure out, does your drug interact with the enzymes that also break down CBD? That's the only thing you need to do. Because CBD could either increase the blood levels of your medication or decrease it depending on what enzyme system it uses. In the book I just have a few examples of that, but I cannot possibly name all the 10,000s of drugs that are out there. But that's the one thing you need to look at. Good. So let's go into the mess of full spectrum and isolates and all these things, okay? So we have full spectrum product, you heard, right? And then we have isolate product, you probably heard. What is that? Well, full spectrum is full spectrum. That's what it is. You take a plant and you take as much of the plant and you prepare it and you give it. Our essential oils are full spectrum. Peppermint, we just don't take menthol out of it, we give you that synthetically. Now we give you the whole plant. That is full spectrum. Okay? So that means if you take a cannabis plant, whether it's hemp or marijuana, on both sides you're going to get full spectrum. And you saw that if you do hemp plants, there's also a little bit of THC there, because that's just the way the plant grows, just regular. Okay? And what is the isolate? Well, the isolate is you go and just remove everything. There's multiple chemical ways to do that, or kind of machines. The best way probably is called liquid CO2 extraction, because CO2 can go back into the air and nothing happens, and then you're left over with 99-point-something% pure CBD. Never ever a chance you're going to get caught on a drug test. Never ever a chance it's going to do any cuckoo to your training. I mean, if you cuckoo, that's from before. That's not from CBD, right? So these are the two things. So, and the isolates come first as crystal, and you can powderize them. They look like powdered sugar. They don't really have any taste. If you take full spectrum, the more raw, the more stuff they have in there, the worse they taste, right? And so gold standards typically means it's a higher level, no solvents, but just don't believe any of that unless it's from a company you would trust. Why? Because look at the second bullet point, or the second side. It's really bias reward. Studies, and this is studies. Studies show that about 85% of cannabis products, whether it's CBD or THC, have crap in it. Dangerous stuff. They have all these fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides. They have these toxic sprays on them. They're all bad. 85%, so you only have a 15% chance you're getting a clean product. Okay, this is important because the bad stuff damages your body. The clean stuff makes homeostasis. Now it gets even worse. When you look at products, 70% of products are mislabeled. Today, that's a study was released not too long ago. Right? And all the studies are in the book. 43 are underlabeled, 46 are overlabeled. Some of them have zero CBD, so you spend $100, you get zero CBD. One study found one CBD product with over 40% THC. I mean, these are the ones that are flying around, right? I mean, it's just like Wild West. And every company puts these stamps on.
Zero CBD.
Herbicide-free, GMO-free, this free. You need to trust your company because nobody controls it, nobody punishes you for it, right? So it's the Wild West. Now let me tell you something about entourage. Entourage is a French word for surrounding yourself. So film star has a photographer, a bunch of groupies, an agent, they all surround him, that's the entourage. So the film star can function a little bit better. Same thing with the plant. If you have an essential oil, I don't know why entourage is not being used for decades, because if you have an essential oil, all these things in your essential oil create an entourage effect. What is it? If you're alone, like CBD alone, the piano to carry up is pretty difficult. If you have a whole team helping you, entourage, it's pretty easy. So why would you take a full spectrum where you have the whole team helping you with the piano and make an isolate where you carry it alone? Well, because we have something nobody else has, right? We have essential oils. And essential oils are full of terpenes and other things. And now we can do something very, very smart. Instead of dealing with crappy full spectrum from other people, we don't know what's in it and all that, we take isolate. Nature's Ultra takes isolate pure. You will never go to jail for that because no pee test, no drug test will show that, right? And then you recreate the entourage with the essential oils. And not only is it one entourage, now you can make one with lavender, that has more calming, one with peppermint, and make one like this, one with citrus, one with cinnamon, one with whatever. And this is what I have been doing for decades almost now, 11, 12 years. So you can create your absolutely individualized product. And now it's not just called full spectrum or isolate, now it's called Smart CBD. And this is the only company that has Smart CBD. We're the only one. This is unique, this is Young Living. Yay! And now Young Living has a product called Nature's Ultra. It's a separate subsidiary, as Jerry told you yesterday. It's great to work with these guys anyway, I love them all. And these products are smart. They're smart CBD products. You will never have a positive drug test from that. Will they ever do a full spectrum? Maybe one day, but it's going to be a clean one. The last question I want to mention is CBD the same like copaiba? Well, just because a palm tree looks green and a big black spruce looks green, it's not the same thing, right? It's a different plant. Well, copaiba and marijuana or THC and CBD, well, they have something called beta-terpene. They just don't learn the big word, BCP. And just because they both have that in it, it doesn't mean it's the same thing. So even if some competition says, well, you don't need CBD because they don't have it, oh, you can just take copaiba. No, it's just one of the many things that we have in CBD would be this, beta-carotene. But you see many other essential oils have also that stuff. So that gives you another way to start combining, right? And so here I am in my kitchen. My family knows not to come and disturb me in my kitchen because there's no space for them anymore, no more cooking. And I've been doing this for many, many years. And this is how I started doing pure CBD isolate with my essential oils. And here I'm creating Smart CBD for years already, right? But you don't have to do that. You don't have to create a mess in your kitchen because now we have Nature's Ultra. They do it all for you. All you need to go is to go over there, make your order, get the TV since yesterday, and you're all happy and you have your personalized CBD. Perfect. I mean, this is the perfect world, and you're with a company that we seed to seed. Lauren Walker told you yesterday how it's done. There's no crap in it. It's all pure. It's all nice. It's all good. You can trust. So we're probably the top of all the CBD companies I know at this point. I don't know one of them. So, you put it all back together in the last 6 seconds. You have plants, you have receptors, you have all these CBD, you have the human body, you have wellness. You put this all together. A light bulb goes on. We were created to live together with plants. The plant is not just a gift you give away. The plant is not something you need to eat healthy. God created plants and humans and animals to work together, to be together, because immediately when you take these plant materials, something is happening in your body. And so I'm coming back. Is this really the miracle? Is CBD alone the miracle? No. You are the miracle. You are the miracle. God created you to be a miracle, right? And so my good friend, he was so right. Even an idiot like me, I don't have to understand how an essential oil works. All I need to do is to take it because my body is equipped with all these systems that I just showed you to do what it needs to do with every essential oil because they use exactly these same receptors, and CBD does too. So he was right all along, and we call this homeostasis, one drop at a time. That's my music. Homeostasis, one drop at a time with Smart CBD. And so if you want to know more, we're between Club Red and the Nature's Ultra booth. We have this new book, Hot Still Steaming Up the Press, where it all explained in detail. And I thank you so much. And go and get your CBD.